Hi everyone, welcome to the Kanmi channel. Today, I'll smash this clay Toyota Supra and perform a crash test. But before that, I'll tell you a bit more about this clay car. I made it from two types of clay, sculptural hard clay and also very hard NSP clay. To make this car, I used blueprints and also looked at a model of the Supra. It took me 102 hours of work over 13 days to create this car. I sculpted this model from thin clay sheets. I prepared them in advance to make it easier to build, and all the materials were ready. Basically, first I sculpted the bottom of the car, creating a sort of base. Then, on this base, I started building the frame for strength and so that I could attach the body parts to this frame. And I made the body parts themselves thin, so that during the crash test they could bend more or less realistically. They are 1 millimeter thick. I also tightly attached foil to these body parts. It helps the clay keep its shape and not sag. At the same time, the foil helps create more natural bends and dents when the car body deforms. Well, basically, that's how I sculpted it, by combining two types of clay. And thanks to all this, the car can break apart in a more or less realistic way. It might seem strange to you to smash a handmade car like this, but that's just the kind of entertainment content I have for you. And besides, this Supra didn't turn out very well for me. It came out a bit wider than it should be, so I won't really feel bad about smashing it. Besides, it was made for this, to be destroyed. The damage we'll see will be a clear example of how modeling clay can behave in such harsh conditions. Well, I've told you about the car itself. Now let's move on to the crash test and see how it's going to happen. I built an acceleration track for a remote-controlled Cybertruck. It will speed up and crash into a Supra at the end. To prevent the Cybertruck from knocking over the Supra and continuing, I tied threads from it to a chair leg. This way, the Cybertruck will reach a certain point and stop abruptly, crashing into the Supra in the process. And after that, we'll take a look at the damage. Also, to prevent the Supra from flying off too much and getting additional damage during the collision, I installed soft sponges at the back to cushion the impact. And here's what we might end up with. Well then, let's get started. Yeah, I thought the bumper would be a bit sturdier. Look how badly it's dented. Only the lower part stayed completely undamaged. But what about the engine? As we can see, it's pretty badly crushed here. Overall, it turned out just like I wanted, except it's a pity the hood didn't bend more. Well, that's okay, it still looked pretty good this way too. The bumper got dented in the exact shape of the Cybertruck's ram. In the back, only the muffler fell off with no other damage. The soft bumpers really help. Well, now I'll crash into the front part one more time. After the second collision, it lost a wheel. The impact hit the left side, and as we can see, it was damaged quite seriously. The hood is already much more dented. The engine is even more tightly squeezed, with some parts having detached from their places. The right fender has come loose a bit, and the gap has become more noticeable. Apparently, after a couple more collisions, it will come off completely. The back remains unchanged, with no damage. And the third devastating hit landed on the right side, where everything got even more crumpled, and the right wing became more bent from the collision. Here you can even see small cracks in the paint. So, what's going on with the engine? Whoa, oh man, look at this, it's just bent, that's crazy, it's completely twisted. At this rate, the front part will really fall off soon. So let's take a look at the underside now. What happened to it? Yeah, from underneath it's more obvious that everything here is dented. This collision hit the driver's door, but not right in the center, so the damage isn't too severe because the dashboard absorbed most of the impact. And of course, the front part got even more twisted. Now everything here is barely holding together. Well, that's it, the front part has completely fallen off now. After all these collisions, it just couldn't take it anymore. Only the right wing is still in place. So, and here's a hit right in the door, it really pushed it into the cabin, you can't even open it, the door is pressed all the way up to the seat. Alright, let me try to put the remaining parts back on. Alright. First, we'll attach the front bumper and put the engine back in, since that's where it was installed. And with the other side, just like that, voila, it's done. Just press it a bit more for a snug fit. And it looks almost like new, really, but as soon as I touch it a little, it all falls apart. And here's the back part. After the collision, the bumper got pretty bent. There are even small cracks. The trunk also got bent from the impact, and if you look from above, you can see that it got pretty badly dented. I think this collision turned out pretty realistic. Well, except for the modeling clay that peeled off at the bottom. Alright, well, I think that's where we should wrap it up. So that at least something from the Supra would remain intact, I gathered everything that flew off the Supra, and here's what's left of it after this destruction. And now, with the Supra smashed, it's going to be stored on the shelf with the other broken clay cars. Well, that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and also subscribe to the channel if you're interested in my clay creations. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye everyone.